We are always happy to visit with Art Rooney II, president of the team, and every year there are nuances here. I see Franco's Pizzeria. Tell us about some of the new attractions fans can look forward to.
Well, we expanded Pub 33 over there and added a stand where Franco was sponsoring some pizza, and he named one Pepperoni Pizza, so hopefully that'll be a popular one, but it looks like it's going to be a great addition and a few new enhancements to the other concession stands.
Yeah, it looks good. Come on over and check it out. It is delicious. Tell you firsthand. All right, I want to talk about some other big events. You got the Hall of Honor this year, 2018, year number 2. A great list of candidates that was unveiled at training camp. That's coming up on September the 28th. How excited are you for that, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, good group of people coming in, that's for sure. Bill Nunn, my Uncle Art, Rocky Blyer. It's Buddy Dial, who played way back. I don't know how much people remember Buddy, but great player in the 60s, and of course Alan Faneca. So it's a great group of guys, and we're excited to have them come into the Hall of Honor.
Every year you guys have a challenge trying to whittle down the list, because you could put a lot in every single year.
Yeah, we do.
Everyone likes throwback uniforms. What can you tell us about this year's throwbacks and when they may be displayed?
Well, this year we have a new throwback uniform that is the uniform we wore back in the 70s. So we're throwing back to the 70s. Of course, this will be the 40th anniversary of Super Bowl 13. And next year, the 40th anniversary of Super Bowl 14. So we thought it was a good time to go back to the 70s uniforms. And it'll be exciting to see the guys in that old uniform.
Bumblebees were a big success. Got off to a slow start, but I know people like those things too.
They were popular.
Yeah, absolutely. Also a big event, and the Steelers go out into the community quite a bit. They have their annual fashion show. It's called Rock Steelers Style, October the 5th. If you want to have a good time, help support so many great charity work by UPMC, that's a great way to check it out. Gabby Barrett from American Idol from Pittsburgh will be special entertainment that night. That's always a good event where the guys can kind of let everything hang out and have a good time showing their families off too.
You know, the players enjoy the event. Their families go with them, and my wife Greta and Kia Tomlin chair, and of course you host it, so it's always a fun event, and we look forward to that every year. I think it's October 5th this
October
year.
the 5th on Friday night, so check that out. One other thing for you, Art. A lot of controversy so far about the helmet-to-helmet rule, that new thing. I know what you guys are trying to do. What's your take on what you've seen so far through 2.5 weeks of this preseason?
Well, I think there's still some adjustments to be made. I think everybody's trying to adjust, the players, the coaches, the officials. So I think it's still a process that we're in transition, and hopefully by the time we're at the regular season, things will even out.
All right, we'll look forward to that. Art, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Look forward to a wonderful 2018.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Men up on the line of scrimmage. Men in the shotgun. Connor to his right. 4-man rush. He throws it down the near sideline. Justin Hunter pulls it in. Was it in the end zone? No. They say he's out of bounds.
Let's take another look at that. Does great job. Yeah, I got the second foot in.
I think he got the toe down.
Now to present the award to Juju Smith-Schuster, please welcome the Executive Vice President of Retail Banking at PNC Bank, Jim Valoris.
On behalf of PNC Bank, it is my pleasure to recognize today the Joe Green Great Performance Award winner, Juju Smith-Schuster.
I wrote a little something. First thing first, I want to thank God for having this opportunity to be here in front of you guys. Thank you to PNC for making this award happen for me. It's a big honor. Thank you to the media for selecting me. A huge thanks to Mr. Rooney, Kevin Colbert, and Mike Tomlin for giving me the opportunity to chase my dreams in front of you guys. I would like to thank my coaches, my teammates for making me feel welcome at home, and for all the support this year. And finally, thanks to you guys. Steeler Nation, it's lit! Turn up!
Congratulations, Juju Smith-Schuster.
All right, Coach, we had a chance to see Ben Roethlisberger in the first half, 3 series, touchdown. How do you evaluate his play?
I thought he did some good things, great things from a communication standpoint. He and I were just talking at halftime. He sailed a couple balls in the interior of the field to Jesse, but Jesse's a big target. He kind of gives you a big margin for error in that regard. But he felt good to get out here and play. We got some production, so it was a good outing.
What about the tempo and just what he was trying to do, especially in that last drive?
You know, we just wanted to be able to work on some of our things, some of the communication things, some of the things where communication is stressed. I like his overall command of the offense pre-snap. We converted 2 third downs, utilizing the cadence as a weapon where we drove them off sides, and that's just a part of his performance as well.
Landry Jones went in. Will we see him in the second half, or is Landry done for the day?
You know, we're going to look at him and possibly Mason. We're undecided right now. We'll let both of those guys warm up. You'll probably see both.
Last week for the defense, you weren't happy about how they were containing the quarterback and also tackles. Improvement this game?
Thus far. But, you know, even as they go on to Blaine, I mean, he's a mobile guy, so our work is incomplete. We got to do a 60-minute job in that regard.
Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Ben, you said for this dress rehearsal you wanted to knock some rust off and stay healthy. Mission accomplished?
Yeah, would have liked to knock a little more rust off, but we stayed healthy, so that's good.
What did you like about the offense, what you guys were able to put together, especially that touchdown drive to Justin Hunter?
Well, I think it was a good combination of the no huddle, Randy calling some stuff, me calling some stuff, rotating a lot of guys in, which is good. You know, we did it without AB, without Le'Veon, without Vance McDonald, so we did it without a lot of kind of key guys, and so a lot of guys had to step up and take different spots, and I thought they did a great job of doing that.
You brought up Randy. He's the offensive coordinator now. How would you describe him? Is he any different as the OC?
No, and I think that's what makes Randy special. Is Randy's Randy. You know, I've known him for a long time now, and his demeanor doesn't change. His preparation doesn't change. He's just, you know, flatline, if you will.
Coach Tomlin and Randy have said to your teammates that you're in really great shape. What did you do this offseason to prepare?
Just spent a lot of time working out, you know, diet, exercise, and making sure that I was ready to go for this season.
Give us a reason to be excited about this defense.
Look at them. They're flying around. They're all over the ball. And I think the secondary is really good.
All right, Ben, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks,
All right, Larry, thanks so much. Vince, first of all, congratulations on the new contract. How great is that to not have to worry about that and just focus on the season now?
Oh, man, it was tremendous to go ahead and get that out of the way. Now we can just focus on winning the Super Bowls.
4 sacks, 2 interceptions today for the defense. How do you like the performance?
That's what we wanted to come out here, you know, just have a great showing. We had a lot of guys, a lot of starters playing today. Just wanted to go out here and do great things.
How great was it to be here at Heinz Field, back home with the best fans in the world?
Oh, man, it feels so good to be back in black. You have no idea.
All right, Vince, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Did you get done what you wanted to get done out there today?
Yeah, it was good. 3 drives, I think. Scored on 1. Stayed healthy. We did some no huddle. We did some huddle. So I like kind of what transpired.
Is it a good test for the regular season for you, do you think? I mean, maybe you and the whole offense, not just.
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, we did it without some big names out there, right? Without Le'Veon, without AB, without Vance. And so some guys stepped up and did some really good things. So I'm really proud of the way everyone played in kind of a short stint, but it was good.
Did you get them on a couple hard counts, or were they just eager?
No, we got them. We got them on some hard counts, which is good. And then, so we got to work a lot of things today.
That seems to be happening each game.
Yeah.
You guys focused on that a little more?
Well, we were really good at it last year too. You know, if you look back, we were successful with capitalizing on those plays. Point of emphasis this year is they're going to try and blow it dead sooner. So we might not get that opportunity, but we had some chances tonight.
What did you see on that touchdown pass?
Saw the coverage we wanted. Knew Justin was on a go. Tried to look the safety off just a little bit to the left, and I wasn't real happy with the way I threw the ball tonight. Was kind of sailing some passes, and just wanted to leave one in play for him, and I'm glad he made the play.
Is that just a rust thing?
Probably, and just anxious. A real rush coming at you, you know, and just not getting the ball high enough on my release.
Seem to have, with Jesse James in particular,
yeah,
had a hard time hooking up.
I was most disappointed about throwing to him. We've had some good connections in the past, and it's on me. You know, he was in the right spots. I just was sailing him a little bit. It's one of those things when you see a big target, you kind of relax and don't think about the pinpoint accuracy. But I need to do that, and I hate that he got hit because of a pass I threw tonight.
I know you guys want Le'Veon here, but you seem to have a few players behind him, obviously.
Yeah, I'm excited what James can do and has been doing. So it's good to have him out there and doing some no-huddle stuff with him. And I told him, I said, if you get winded tonight, let me know, and I'll try and give you a breather with a play call. And he never said anything to me, so I like the shape that he's in as well.
And he had 7 targets. Was that by design, trying to get him the ball more?
James had 7 targets. Yes and no. I mean, there were some plays called specifically for him, and then there was just times that he was open, and whether it was a check down or finding him. So I like that he gets out quick. You know, he's checking when he doesn't have a blitz to pick up. He's getting out to where he needs to be, and I'm really encouraged by that.
How about when he's in the slot on the empty stuff? That's not something he did last year, right?
No, I mean a little bit, but you know, it's something we ask our halfbacks to do. And when James lines up out there, you know, he runs routes hard, and so he got rewarded for it tonight.
And how much is it encouraging when you did what you did today offensively without Bell, Brown, Vance, as you mentioned?
Yeah, I think that's, you know, I've always said to you guys that it's about who's in front of me, you know, the linemen. And those guys were out there and they played well tonight against a really good defense, you know, guys that like to do some different blitzes and looks. And they give me time and I just have to deliver, which tonight, like I said, I wasn't super happy with how I delivered it, but a lot of guys caught passes and guys made plays. So when you don't have those big names out there, I like it because it showed to everybody that we can do it.
And it also reminds you how good you can be when they are out there.
I hope so.
Dan, what's your expectation for Justin Hunter this year?
I expect big things like we saw. You know, there was a little thing early in the second play that we would have had an 80-yard touchdown, and so for him to bounce back from that and make a play down the sideline for a touchdown, to me shows resolve and shows that he's a guy that can put it behind him and move on. And I want him to know that I've got confidence in him no matter what.
What was the little thing?
I can't tell you.
You could.
Yeah, it could.
Choosing not to.
I'm choosing not to. All right. Thanks, everybody.
It's a nice conclusion to what has been a good week. We went through a mock week from a preparation standpoint, game planning, division of labor. Not in its complete totality, but a semblance of it in terms of the structure of our days and so forth. So we measure the quality of the weeks by the end result. So we got the job done with the win. A good week from that perspective. We'll obviously continue to review and learn and continue to push this group toward the regular season. We realize that we're 90 trying to become 53. I appreciate the efforts of a lot of guys out there, the quality of work of a lot of guys out there. I encourage all of these guys to lean in at the tape, man. We've had some quality work. We've had great competition. As we walk out of this locker room and go into our last week, it's important that everybody give themselves the very best opportunity to make it, to put their best foot forward and continue to fight. And I've been impressed with the fight thus far. Like what I saw on a lot of fronts in the game, gave Ben an opportunity to work. I like the fluidity of the way the offense moved, or the first group. I thought we used cadence as a weapon. We converted a couple third downs utilizing cadence. That was not very noticeable but significant, just good fundamental things. Defensively, I thought they minimized the run, and that gave them an opportunity to get after the passer and create some turnovers. So some positivity, obviously some things to work on. On the injury front, Tucker is having his ankle evaluated. James Washington is having his oblique evaluated. Jesse James has got a contusion to his back. Don't know the severity of any of those. We'll give you an appropriate update when we get it. Questions?
You had Bud moving around a little bit there, and you had Thomas coming in and Vince on. Is that something new you guys concocted, or when did you?
Again, like I said, we were putting together a semblance of a game plan. That was a package that we had specific for this game. You'll see things like that from time to time.
We haven't had a chance to talk to you since Vince signed the contract. How important has he been, and is he to this defense? How far has he come?
You know, Vince's story is still a story. You know, this is a guy, a later round draft pick, that's earned his way into this thing. First as a special teams contributor, and then as a special teams contributor and a defender. And so it's just fun to watch him go through the natural maturation process that we aspire all these guys to go through. And he's answered the bell at every turn and continued to grow. Last year he showed his ability to rush the passer and be productive for us in those ways. Every year he's working to grow and add to his range of skills, and so he's an easy guy to do business with. And so we're excited that we're going to continue to do business with him, and he's deserving of it.
Mike, is Josh Dobbs going to have any access to any playing time in the final preseason game?
We'll make that determination as we plan for next week. We made plans specific to this game, and so we'll see where we are next week, not only with him but with everyone.
Was the no huddle specific for this game too, or do you just want to get an extended
Again,
look?
you saw some game plan things. It was semblance of a week, so some things that you may have seen in this game that you haven't seen in Latrobe or other preseason games, just chalk it up to game planning.
How is Samuels progressing?
He's growing like a lot of young guys should, and he's probably one of the ones I'm talking about when I'm encouraging guys to lean in. It's been a hard fight. It's been a tiresome fight at times for young players, but I don't want to see anybody let up as the road gets narrow. We need to have the type of guys that display the grit, that can lean in and fight to the finish, and he'll be given an opportunity to do that.
Mike, are you encouraged by the tenacity? I saw different tenacity in your defense today, even the younger players. Are you encouraged by what they're showing?
It's just one outing. We'll continue to grow and put tape out there. And what that tape says we are. We'll let the tape do the talking.
Like Justin Hunter struggled at times last year. Do you feel he's grasping an opportunity or starting to with this
I'm
team?
just talking about this year's performance. I don't want to frame it with a reference to last year. I like what he's doing.
Anyone else? All right.
Thank you.
We got to be hungry for more in this league. The second you start, being satisfied with what you're doing, that's when you're going to get beat. And I think in the preseason mode, you definitely have to be careful of that. We understand can't go undefeated now, but we have to strive for more to get where we're going.
Everybody's working together. The rush helps us out. We help them out. Covering those guys, give them a little more time to get there, and then forcing the quarterback to throw it a little off, helps us out a lot. With us having as many starters as we did, we would definitely want our performance to be a whole lot better than it was. So just us out there making plays, making communication, just not doing any busts. So that's kind of what we was really going for, just trying to have a good performance because we're out there all together finally playing. So I think we did that.
It was nice. I was staring down the quarterback because my man, he was right there on my hip. So I knew I was going to undercut it if the quarterback was going to throw it. And I knew I had Sean Davis over top. So regardless, I can just go out there and try to make a play. And I knew I had SD. I trust him. I knew he was going to be back there behind me. And after it happened, it was just time to get up and go. So I was trying to get as many yards as I can for the offense.
I think everything went well. I think we still got a lot of things we need to work on, but that'll take time. It's only the preseason, and we'll get it done by the time the season starts.
You feel like you and Ben are maybe getting a little bit of a rhythm here?
Yeah, that's one thing I really want to connect on. I wanted to connect with him today on a go ball, and we got the opportunity today, and I think we just need to stack on that.
Did you know you were in?
I knew I was in. I just, they just weren't trying to get it to me, so it was all good.
When I had like 3 runs in a row, which broke over 10 yards, that's when I started getting a little winded. But I could have stayed in there, which I did. But I just gonna keep working, keep improving every day, every week. I'm not even happy. I'm not satisfied yet. I had a good game, but it's still work to do and it's still improvement to do. So I'm gonna come back next week and improve more.
As far as catching out the backfield, I try to do a good job with first off protecting number 7, and then getting out into my route and making the catch and trying to get vertical and get some yards. So just doing my job, being accountable, just in case, obviously when Le'Veon gets back, he's going to start, but, God forbid anything were to happen or anything where I needed to jump into a role, I'll be ready for it. So I think I just showed that.
We just got to be very critical of ourselves, even when we do win, because, when we do that, we can stack performance on performance.